Welcome back everybody to another episode of Direct Comparison. For today's episode, we're going to look at the upcoming World War II simulator Post Scriptum and see how it stacks up visually to Tripwire's Red Orchestra 2. Just to clarify, both games are being run at their highest graphical settings at a 1440p resolution on the PC. Post Scriptum technically has a super sampling slider that I could adjust further, but considering it absolutely destroys performance, we're just going to leave that disabled for the sake of the video. Also, keep in mind that the footage of Post Scriptum is from the game's open beta this past weekend, and we might end up getting very different results with the game's full release. Okay, so to kick this comparison off, let's take a look at some textures and model designs. Brick wall surfaces, roads, dirt ground, and various environmental props all sport a higher resolution in Post Scriptum. Red Orchestra seems to feature that telltale Unreal 3 engine muddiness that really hurts its image quality. Weapon models are the same way, with a few more well-defined details on the weapons in Post Scriptum. But despite the obviously lower quality textures in Red Orchestra, it also seems to work out for the game due to its setting. The muddy appearance and worn weapon textures work well to sell that desperate and miserable experience I'd expect from the soldiers that suffered through the battles on the Eastern Front. And so one could argue that the shortcomings of Red Orchestra 2 help to cement its artistic direction. It's even more apparent when comparing the game's lighting effects, with more natural coloration to the environment and better overall global illumination. All of the maps in Red Orchestra 2 feature this dirty brown and gray appearance, which again works well with the experience Tripwire was trying to sell. But at the same time, the game's god rays are a bit exaggerated, and the bloom effects are too extreme. Interior lighting looks decent in both games, but I really like the shadow projection from the windows in Post Scriptum. Shadow quality is also slightly better in Post Scriptum, with shadows appearing more natural and softer, and player shadows being properly projected on the ground. Also, a side note, you can actually see your character's legs in Post Scriptum, a feature I always like seeing in first-person shooters to help make the game more immersive. Post Scriptum's environmental detail is unmatched when compared to Red Orchestra 2. Vegetation, various props, and overall world density far exceed what was possible in Red Orchestra, and the map size is substantially larger, allowing for more large-scale engagements. This also results in a higher draw distance and LOD in Post Scriptum. Post Scriptum's special effects are also miles ahead of Red Orchestra 2, especially when it comes to its explosives and volumetric smoke. The smoke in Red Orchestra 2 reminds me of the smoke effects in Call of Duty titles, where multiple low-resolution smoke sprites emit and overlap each other to give the impression of a larger smoke cloud. Post Scriptum, however, uses fully volumetric smoke effects that look much more impressive and can significantly affect the game performance on lower-end machines. The explosions and fire effects also look great in Post Scriptum. The frag grenade actually kicks up grass particles, and if you look closely, you can see small pieces of shrapnel. Red Orchestra 2 looks similar, but has this strange blurring effect whenever a grenade explodes even remotely close. Bullet holes in the side of walls don't necessarily look great in either game, but they do look slightly more detailed in Post Scriptum. And finally, we have some sound comparisons. Now, I'm not going to pretend that I'm a gun expert here, so I'll let you guys decide. Which game do you think has the more realistic sound design? And that about wraps up this direct comparison. Which game do you guys think looks better? Let me know in the comments section, and if you want to hear more about Post Scriptum and more of this year's biggest shooter games, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this posted every week.